And you did mention one conversation that you kind of left you with a few indelible lessons, and I feel like we'd be
Sure.
doing a disservice to our listeners if we didn't take
Sure. So this is the bookend of I talked objectives. Now let me talk feedback.
Yeah.
This was a moment in time where I received real time, in the moment feedback from my boss, Rajamannar. We have quarterly operating reviews in marketing where the team gets in front of Raja, and each of his directs brings their full team to Raja, and we go through the metrics, some of which I just gave you the construct for, and then we talk about, what we're going to do going forward, normal stuff. And Raja paused, and this was in the first half of my tenure working for Raja, which has been quite a number of years now. This was definitely pre-pandemic. And he says to me, Greg, he's like, I have this teacup. He's a big matcha drinker. So he's got this teacup. Might have been a corksicle, not sure, for the plug. And he says, Greg, this is a great cup, great mug. I travel with it everywhere. He's like, what might be a little bit better if there were some cork on the bottom so it would rest a little more gently. He goes, further, it might be a little bit better if maybe there was some friction tape on the side so it didn't slip in my hands, right? He goes, if I were to make these small adjustments over and over again, eventually I will have reinvented this cup. He goes, this is the Japanese principle of Kaizen. Wow. And I'm like, where are we going with this? Yeah. Right? I'm like, yes, Toyota uses Kaizen, right?
Right.
And so he's like, Greg, you are great at this. Every quarter you come in here and you're a little bit better and you're a little bit better and you're a little bit better. And eventually this discipline of B2B and product marketing will have reinvented itself. He's like, don't stop doing that. He goes, but what I need from you is more step function change. And I was like, okay, interesting. I actually went and looked up the word. It's called the opposite of Kaizen, or the complement of Kaizen is called Kaikaku. Now, I'm sure he knew that and just didn't want to say the word kaikaku in front of everyone for whatever reason.
Right.
And since then, we have striven, is that a word?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll look it up.
Yes.
We'll look it up. We have challenged ourselves.
There we go.
To have a portfolio on my team of Kaizen projects and Kaikaku projects. And so we're going into planning now, and we will have, let's say, 10 Kaizen projects and 10 Kaikaku projects. Guess what? 8 of these 10 should hit. I'm sorry for the listeners. 8 of the 10 Kaizen projects should hit, and at least 2 of the 10 Kaikaku projects hit. So overall, I've got a 500 batting average. But with the 2 Kaikaku hitting, you make sure that you've made some real transformational moves.
Yeah, absolutely. I really love that because people hear transformation. They're like, okay, that's a thing. It's like, no, that's a many different, what are we talking about?
Very deliberate. I guess the 10 together become transformation, right?
Yeah, yes. But it's really just like even a mindset. I think that's kind of even evolving the way you approach things when you have to think about like, what does
I think he was pretty clearly telling me you're not a big enough thinker. And so thankfully such things are learned.
Yeah.
And so now I've got my own healthy fear of failure where I'm like, what big ideas am I missing? Am I pushing the boundaries hard enough?